Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Kansas Moonshot Podcast, where we are shining the spotlight on amazing things happening in schools across the state. Whether you're one of the Mercury or Gemini schools launching some amazing redesign plans, or a teacher trying to do something a little different, I want to share your story. The goal is to celebrate the awesomeness all around us. In this episode, I interviewed Pinky Mcmillian about a new idea Santa Fe Trail is implementing to give students the chance to explore a wide range of new things. Exploration Days give students a chance to try something new and discover new interests and passions, as well as eliminate some things that they may not be interested in pursuing further. Check it out. Okay, well, thank you for being here. And if just to start off with, could you just introduce yourself?
My name is Pinky Mcmillian. I'm a 7th grade science teacher here at Santa Fe Trail Middle School.
And we are one of the Mercury schools in the school redesign process. And so I brought you on to talk about one thing that you've worked incredibly hard on getting set up and working with is the Exploration Days. So could you start off by explaining what are Exploration Days?
Sure. So it started off as where when we first talked about meeting with teachers and staff and students where we had all these great ideas of things that we would love to pull into the school day. And it's like, well, we just really need a day where we could try all of this stuff. And out of it came Exploration Days. So basically, it's a day where kids get to explore topics unknown. They get to dig deeper into something that they already have held interest in. And honestly, we just really wanted to get back to the community. So we're trying to connect to just the world around us.
Excellent. And we kind of tied into the 3 pillars we really focused on for redesign with civic engagement. I know I'm missing 2 more.
Academic and social emotional learning.
There we go. Mm-hmm. And so we're hitting all 3 of those. So what are some examples of some of the things that teachers have offered during the Exploration Days?
Sure. When we piloted this last year, there were some really great ideas where we had, for example, we had 2 teachers who took a couple of, I think it was a group of like 15 to 20, where they made dog houses, and we were able to donate those to the dog shelter. And these were like fancy dog houses. Like, it was pretty impressive. I kind of wanted one for myself and my dog.
They were pretty cool looking.
But the kids took them a couple of hours and even a couple of days to do this project, which was a really cool experience of doing the math and the science behind all of it too. We had another group that, oh man, why am I blanking all of a sudden?
I know I did. I did some Minecraft animation in my orbits. I did. I can't even think of the ones that I did specifically.
You did just the Snap one too.
Oh yeah. I did Makey boards.
Yes.
I did Makey board kits where they developed a project around that. I know there were a lot of animal connected ones.
Oh, the animals are so popular. We had students who were making toys for Toto and then donating those as well. We had some animal behavior classes that the kids really are intrigued with. There's quite a few. I think we had a Lego robotics one.
Mm-hmm. We had a couple of field trips.
Yes.
There was the one to the water treatment facility.
Yes.
There was a field trip to the local was the TV station.
Yes.
They talked about news reporting, and then they actually went out to the news station. So that was a really cool experience. And
they ended up creating a documentary out of it,
yeah.
And a couple trying to do the announcements, I think, at one point.
Yeah, and I think what's cool about it is just all these different experiences that kids have that they can go home and say, I had this really amazing experience today. And it gives them more ideas for things they might want to look at in the future.
We had a job shadowing one where the kids actually got to go out and shadow a couple of, employers. And it was nice because they either loved it and they want to keep pursuing that, or they hated it and now they know they don't have to go down that road anymore.
Yeah, better to know that now.
Exactly.
when you can make those mistakes now and then learn from it and realize, hey, I don't need to spend $40,000 in college just to go to this university, and it's not something I enjoy. So we've got our first one coming up. By the time this is posted, it will have happened on Friday. So Can you tell me a little bit about what is the theme of this one? So we went with a theme this time around.
We did, because we actually had this great opportunity where the Huey helicopters are coming in and the veterans are coming in to speak to the students. And we thought, wow, what a really cool experience. And they can't come during Veterans Day because they're busy, which, I understand. So instead, we decided to take an exploration day and do the theme of exploring and understanding sacrifice and honor. And so every single orbit is surrounded by that idea. And so we have some orbits where I know that they're talking about empowering girls. I know we have some where they're doing the color of character, talking about peace, symbols and what it stands for.
I know we've got a lot of guest speakers coming in, a lot of veterans coming in to talk to the students. And what I like about it is they're not just talking about their experiences throughout the war, but also kind of some of the things they're doing as a result of that after they came back. So, for example, one of the veterans that I am fortunate to work with on Friday is he has actually gone over to Vietnam multiple times to develop libraries in Vietnam, all over Vietnam, to create libraries over there. And it's just, it's so amazing to see what he's done with that. So I think it's going to be a really great day. And I'm also excited because I think because we had the limitation of this is your theme, it gave us a lot more creativity because we worked within that. And some of the ideas are, I don't know if we would have gotten there without having this theme to work under. And so I think
for the first one anyways.
Yeah, for the first one. And I think it also is going to jumpstart some things for the future exploration days that people are going to think, oh, wow, I really liked doing that idea. I think kids really got something out of it. Let's see if we can continue that on or try something new. So
exactly. And what's nice is that we always survey the kids after this to check out, are they being engaged? And is this something that they're enjoying? And is this, a day that they're excited about it just as much as we are?
Yeah. Now, I think a lot of people want to know, because the biggest hurdle for a lot of people is logistics. So we've got over 700 kids all signing up for an exploration day. How do they do that without it being a nightmare?
Well, honestly, it's a lot of planning ahead of time, just like any lesson that we do as teachers. We had to make it to where teachers are letting me know by 4 weeks in advance, what orbits they can offer, and trying to get their speakers or trying to get their funding or trying to get their transportation all figured out by then. From there, I'm able to make a schedule, based off of those, orbits that are being offered, as well as what plan time we still want, because I know we still want them to have that break. And then so that gives me like a week to do that, and then we like to get the slides out to show the kids and get them excited. So let's just go ahead and give them a little presentation of what we're going to be offering ahead of time, and then when the actual sign up comes, right now we're currently using Sketched, which is a wonderful website where we can holds the capacity for the kids and how many is there. It makes it very simple to see, hey, this is what's being offered first, second, third, and fourth, and kids can see it really easily. Technology is always going to be an issue sometimes here and there, but overall, it's been working. It seemed very seamless this last sign up, anyways.
Oh yeah. Now that kids are starting to get used to it, because we use Sketch for another sign up in the building, and so they're going to start. Now that they're getting used to it, it's been pretty easy for them to pull it up, and we've learned the art of color coding, so that makes it a lot easier when they can see, oh, you just need to pick a red one. Oh, okay, that makes it a lot easier. So yeah, I think especially with all the pre-planning stuff, and as the year goes on, I think it's going to continue to get smoother and smoother. So if you could say something to a teacher out there who's wants to try this out, or a school that wants to try this out, do you have any advice for them?
Well, I think if you can get the whole staff on board and get excited, it's gonna catch on like wildfire, and it gets the students excited, and it gets and you always have that one person who's struggling, but once they start feeding and collaborating with other people and saying, oh, you're doing that's a great idea, and then it gets them thinking, and then, like I said, it just spreads from there. So I think the more collaboration you can do with the staff and the students, the easier this is, and like I said, it just catches on.
Right. That sounds great. And we had that brainstorming session at the most recent, before we did this first Expo Day, and I think that was huge.
Mm-hmm.
Having everybody sitting in the same room talking and coming up with ideas and
partnering up.
Yes.
And
a lot of people threw out ideas, and then other people ran with it as well, and it was great.
I have one teacher. I know she's got her whole year planned out for every single exploration day already.
Excellent. That's a lot further ahead than I am.
Yes, same here.
I'm still thinking about what I want to do for this one, getting it organized. So we've got 5 total this year,
yes.
Correct? Okay. And so we've got 5 opportunities to give kids this amazing experience. So any last-minute thoughts, words of wisdom? I mean, you already dropped the mic just a minute ago on amazing insight. So any last minute?
No, I just do what's best for your school, obviously, and like I said, ask the kids. You know, they definitely have great ideas. Some of them, we can't always do a Fortnite orbit, but the rest of them, that we can. So.
Excellent. Well, thank you for being here. I'm so glad the technology is cooperating today.
Yes.
And thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
If you would like more information or to follow along with Santa Fe Trail's journey, check them out on Twitter at SFT Cyclones. That's it for this episode. For more information about this episode, check out my website, MrStockRocks.com. If you know someone doing something awesome in their classroom, let me know about it. I'd love to have them on the show. You can email me at teachlikeaninja@gmail.com or follow me on Twitter at teachlikeaninja. I've been your host, Josh Stock, 6th grade language arts teacher and self-proclaimed awesomeness expert. Until next time, as I always tell my students, book it forward and be awesome.